Hello and welcome to another edition of the Grizzlies Coaches Show. This week we are on episode 12 and we are sitting down with head coach and GM Tyler Veen. How are you doing today, Tyler?
Good. How are you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing good. How's practice been this week? How's everything going?
It's been good so far. Been doing a lot of compete stuff, Getting our new group together, kind of building as a team again. Obviously, you go throughout the deadline last weekend, a couple new faces with us, but just kind of building up the compete level this time of year. You want to keep it still exciting and fun. I mean, playoffs are near, but it's still kind of the dog days where you're kind of in the end of January, early part of February. Hopefully it starts warming up here soon, but when it's cold outside, you got to get the mood up and get the compete juices going.
For sure. Cool. Well, we had two really fun games this past weekend. Although we didn't sweep, what did you like both teams play this weekend against the Woodsmen?
I think just looking at it, it was one of those where I honestly thought we played one good period of hockey, and that was Saturday night on the third period. To be honest, no discredit to the Woodsmen. They're a good team. Just to how I think we can play, I thought we fell short of that majority of the weekend, and we left a lot of it up to chance. On Friday night, it was one of those things where we were just uncharacteristic. We made a lot of mistakes. Look at it, we're throwing pucks across the middle of the ice trying to make a rink-wide pass instead of the 3 to 5 foot passes that we have success on the whole year, and just keeping it simple. And all of a sudden, the Woodsmen, you make mistakes, they're going to score. That's what good teams do, and that's what they did against us on Friday night. Obviously, our goaltender wants some of those back, but we didn't put him in a good position either. And just looking at Friday versus Saturday kind of the same story. We were in the box a bunch, which that's been that's been a point of emphasis, but we just have had a lack of discipline, and that needs to button up. And Saturday night, we finally just came together in the third period and just said, no, enough is enough. We're going to go be full-timers instead of part-timers, and put in the work, obviously going down 3-1 early Saturday, and then coming out, and that line of Gillette, Wolfie, and Felix, they kind of carried us in the third period. They showed up, Gillette with 2 goals, and then Felix with the game winner, Gillette and Wolfie on an assist on that one. So that line came to play. They kind of got us over the hump, so it was good to honestly escape with 2 points. We got to be ready to go this weekend. Yep.
Well, speaking of this weekend, traveling to Peoria for the final time this season. They know how to beat good teams. They've proved it time and time again against us as well. What do you guys need to do to take care of business to kind of stay in the race for that high seed going into the playoffs?
I think just show up and be ready to go, and understand that you can't just show up and expect to win. You got to go earn it. I think that's a lot of this age group just in general is the maturity side of things of every game's a war. You got to earn it. Every day's a war. Every day's a battle. You got to win those little battles. You got to go 1-0. That's the mentality. It's 1-0, win your shift, win your battle, 1-0 within the shift. There's so many little details and things that you have to clean up and correct if you want to win down the stretch here, especially this weekend and every game here on out. It matters, because just because Peoria is sitting where they are doesn't mean that they're just going to say, oh, Rochester, go win it. No, they're competitors. They want to win hockey games too. They're building something as well, and we just got to be on top of our game. So there's no sliver of hope for Peoria, and we just got to continue to kind of move in the right direction.
Okay. So with this road trip, we start our longest road trip of the season.
Yep.
6 straight away games. Have 2 in Peoria, 2 in St. Louis, and then 2 in Wausau. What do you do to prepare the guys for the upcoming challenge of playing away from home so much?
Well, I think biggest thing is the preparation doesn't really change. You prepare the same as you're playing at home or on the road, besides the morning skates that we usually get when we're here. But the biggest thing is at the end of the day, in playoffs, you got to win one on the road.
Yep.
It's no matter what seed you are. Obviously, we're trying to get as high as we can in the standings, but the reality is, it's hard to beat a team in 3 games, and you got to win at least one on the road, more than likely. That's how it's always been. So I think this is a good test for us that we get 6 road games in a row. Mm-hmm. You got to win them. There's no excuses. It's if we were at home, we should have won. No, you just got to go out there and play. You got to get your mind and body right in an uncomfort setting. It doesn't matter where you're at. It's long bus ride to Peoria, and then we followed up with another long one to St. Louis, and then we got Wausau for 2. It's all part of the mind, and hopefully it gets us ready for the playoffs and what's to come, and appreciate us playing in our home barn too.
Yeah, cool. Well. This past weekend had a pretty memorable weekend with Polar Plunge weekend. Pretty cool moments from jumping into the lake with the whole team, and to that final buzzer of the weekend when the games ended and we started our jersey auction. And just tell us a little bit more about kind of what all went into the weekend.
Yeah, well, I think the Polar Plunge weekend was awesome. It's always one of those that you look forward to, and I think it was cool this year for us to kind of rebrand around the whole Polar Plunge and give back to the Special Olympics Minnesota. I mean, a lot of organizations like that, it's like we volunteer with the Minnesota Special Hockey, so it's a lot of those kids and families are impacted by that, so it's personal for us to do so. And having us go plunge, that's always fun. It always brings the boys together. I thought that was huge on Saturday. You're changing lives within that, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing is when you put on those specialty jerseys like the Ronald McDonald, the military, and the Polar Plunge, you're playing for something more. Yep. You know, you're not just playing for our logo, you're representing us, but you're playing for something more, so it's a little added. And just a bonus on top, having the stands packed both nights was huge. It's been good the last, 4 or 5 home games. We've had almost 1,000 people in here every night, and you can feel it. You can feel it on the bench. The boys get all juiced up, so it's good. Overall, obviously, we want to win both games on the weekend with Polar Plunge and those specialty nights, but I think just the whole focus of the weekend was giving back to the community and showing appreciation to those organizations and showing out for our fans, too.
Cool. Awesome. Well, summarized that pretty well. I appreciate you joining me today.
Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate you.
Cool. Well, Grizzlies fans, on the second half of today's Coaches Show, we're going to be joined by 2 Grizzlies defensemen. We got 1 newcomer and 1 guy who joined the team a little over halfway through the season. We've got Erik Charchenko and Alex Doshan.
Your body is designed to function at its best, but daily stress, poor posture, and even minor injuries can disrupt your health. At Thrive Wellness, we focus on restoring balance and alignment so you can live pain-free and perform at your peak. Chiropractic care is a natural, effective approach to improving mobility, reducing discomfort, and enhancing overall wellness. Don't wait for pain to hold you back. Call 507-258-4100 or visit thrivewellness.com today to schedule your consultation. Experience the benefits of a properly aligned body because optimal health starts with a healthy spine.
All right, in the second half of today's Coaches Show, we are joined by 2 defensemen, Alex Doshan and Erik Charchenko. How are we doing today, boys?
Great.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. No complaints.
Cool. How's practice going this week so far?
It's great. 2 battle practices. It's going great.
Yeah, the boys are buzzing.
Cool. Love that. All right, well, we start out every player side of the Coaches Show just by letting the player talk a little bit about themselves and tell their story. So, Dosh, let's start with you and just tell us how you got to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, for sure. Number 23. So I grew up in Mound, Minnesota, which is it's like 2 hours from here, I think. Played youth hockey all the way through my first year at Bantams. Then I transferred to Holy Family, which is the small private school. Played hockey there with Erik, actually. So we know each other for a while, and ended up here.
Cool. How about you?
Yeah, I grew up in Victoria, Minnesota, played at Chaskatchan Youth Hockey Association, and then I went to Holy Family my freshman year. I played sophomore through senior, and then ended up here, just like Dosh.
Cool. All right, cool. We're glad you guys are both here. We got a big road trip this weekend. Heading to Peoria. They're kind of a lethal team when it comes to any team in the division. They may be at the bottom, but they have the power to beat any of the teams. So what's the message in the locker room while preparing for this weekend for you guys?
Yeah, like you said, they can beat anyone. Just stick to our game plan. We need these 4 points for playoffs, home ice advantage.
Yep. Yeah, I think we need to come out, have a hot first period. I think we've been struggling with that recently. I think if we can put them away early, then we can have fun the rest of the game.
For sure. Cool. All right, well, when you guys got to Rochester, you guys were both in-season acquisitions for the Grizzlies. I know, Dosh, you came from Granite, and then you got here last week, actually. So this is you're going on your second week with the team. You played first 2 games this past weekend. How did you guys adapt to the new system and playing with new D partners right away?
Yeah, Veener helped me out. He watched some film with him, and the defensemen are great, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of good defensemen on our I was playing forward at Granite, but I wanted to make the change to defense.
Cool.
Veener made it really easy, just going over systems and stuff, and it was really easy to adapt to.
Did not know that you played forward over there.
I played a little bit of everything.
Cool.
Not goalie yet, though.
Awesome. All right, well, might be a little different for you, but who are your guys' defensemen that you try to model your game after, and why is that? I know that you just changed to defense, like you just said. So kind of that might be new for you watching defensemen.
Yeah, I'd say try to play Quinn Hughes, really good defenseman. Okay. Plays simple, but has a little bit of dazzle with him.
For sure. What about you, Charlie?
Jacob Truba, very physical.
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, that was actually really quick and really easy, so thank you guys. Charch, actually, I wanted to ask you one thing too. How's your first week with the team been?
It's great. We're keeping busy. Had some volunteering. The Polar Plunge, 2 games. And
how'd that go for you? You guys like plunging?
Oh yeah, it was great. I love cold tubs. Love it.
A little cold.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So that's pretty much it for like the harder questions for you guys. We'll go into some rapid fire questions for you.
Perfect.
Dosh, we'll just start with you, and you guys can just bounce off each other. What's your pregame ritual?
Oh boy. Usually start at home, take a nap, then have some chicken and rice, get to the rink, put the headphones on, and just dial in.
Yeah, I take a nap, cold shower, PB&J, and just dial in.
Okay. When you're not at the rink, what are you guys doing? Like, what are your hobbies? What do you do for work?
I like to play golf a lot. I've picked that up recently. Or I just spend time on the lake in the summer a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to work out, play golf, mow lawns, a little yard work.
Okay. What's your favorite youth hockey memory?
Oh boy. Squirts, first year Squirts, I scored the OT winner in districts. It's pretty hype.
I won the Fargo Squirt tournament, as everyone knows, in Minnesota. It's a huge tourney.
Yeah. All right. Who's your favorite non-hockey athlete?
I'd say Vegas Matt. The YouTuber. Love watching his videos.
Paul Badosa, big tennis player for the Spain.
Okay. Can't say I've ever heard of either of those, but all right. What's your favorite video game, if you guys do play video games?
I don't play anymore, but I was a big Fortnite player back in the day.
Okay.
I like Chell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite hockey player?
I'd say Erik Westrom.
Good buddy Drew Olafs. He's great. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'll go to some locker room questions. Who's the funniest guy in the locker room? I know Church, you've only been for like a week, so it might be a little hard for you.
I'd say our roommate, Baylor Stebbins. Has some good jokes.
He gets a lot of votes, actually. So
Other than Baylor, probably Lenny.
Lenny's a funny guy.
Yeah, got some good ones.
Best hair in the locker room?
I'd say Brody Olson. That's a
Probably
good flow.
It's a good one.
Dosh. A little ginger
take that,
action.
take it.
I love it.
All right. Best memory so far this season?
I'd say we had to go to the St. Olaf hockey game. We couldn't have our phones on the bus. That was good. Good jokes were made. Good bonding time with the team.
Yeah.
Well, I've been here for a week, but I think the polar plunging, I loved it.
Yeah. Cool. And then last one. What do the guys call you in the locker room?
Usually just Dosh.
I got a long last name, so there's a lot, but Charizard is a popular one in this locker.
Okay. All right. Fair. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you both coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Cool. All right, Grizzlies fans, the team travels to Peoria this weekend. Play Friday and Saturday. Friday at 7 o'clock, Saturday at 6 p.m. Games can be caught on All TV with a subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Go Grizz.